Hey there, Eric Sachetta. Welcome to today's video blog post. And today we're going to talk about success is guaranteed if. Well, what do you think the answer is? If you know the right people, if you this or that. No, success is guaranteed if you don't quit. Success is guaranteed if you don't quit. I'll dig deeper into that because you might say, no, that's not true, Eric. I know somebody who tried something for 5 years, it didn't work, and then it just really wasn't working, and they had to give it up. Well, I'm not talking about one specific thing in a specific way, in a specific situation. Yes, sometimes things don't work out, and you do have to give up that thing. What I'm talking about is, what are you really after? What are you really after? Because sometimes you don't get what you want so that you can succeed bigger and better in a different way. I'll give you the perfect example. Most guys like myself that were in high school, that were not the cool kid driving the sports car and not caring about anything. I was the nice guy who got decent grades, who did things by the book or whatever, right? And you want the attractive girl to really like you. Why do you want the attractive girl to like you? Why do I want that? Because I didn't believe in myself, and I said, well, if my identity is attached with this person, now I'm worth something, right? But you think about now in the future, not that whoever that person would be in high school is a bad person, or maybe they're doing great things, I don't even know. But you think about, if that's the only thing that you were focused on, maybe if you were dating them, or I was dating them, or married to them or something, my life would be horrible. Do you get what I'm saying? Some people say, I want to run a $1 million business, and I want it to be here now. I want to be making $100,000 a month and in charge of this team. And what if something happened, you got what you wanted, and now you're working 18 hours a day. You're so stressed out, you're about to have a heart attack. So we have to dive deeper into what is it that you want and how are you going to get there. Because success being guaranteed as long as you don't quit doesn't mean that you don't stop doing certain things and move on to something else. I'll give you an example. I want to get out there, and I'm all about inspiring people to believe in themselves, and I realize that everything we need is really on the inside. And if we can get to the point where we truly believe that, we can make a difference on the outside. There's different vehicles I can use to do that. Of course, I do some life coaching. I run an online business, different things like that. But I'm not attached to one particular vehicle on how to get there. I'm attached to an outcome. Attached to the steps that it would take to get an outcome. So my example would be in online marketing. I really wanted to run an online business because I wanted to do it so that I could, leverage myself to impact so many people and make a difference so they can turn around and make a difference to other people. And as long as the characteristics of whatever I was doing had that in it, whatever the actual business was didn't matter to me as much as long as I could get that impact that I want, if that makes sense. And since that's the case, I tried one course, I did some strategies, and it didn't work the way I wanted to. And then you got to reassess in your own situation and say, based on where I am now, is the best strategy to continue with this or do something else? And I don't call that quitting, because my outcome was not about succeeding at this particular program. It was about an outcome that I had had more characteristics about the impact that I was going to have on people, what it was going to do for me, what it was going to do for the people around me. So I never give up on that. And what's cool about it is, and I'm sure you have examples from the past, and we always forget these things, and we're reminded of them when you watch a video like this or you go to an event, is, have you ever been in a situation where you wanted something so bad, you thought about it day and night, the minutes felt like forever, you're like, I want this guy or girl to date me, I really want this business to work right now because I need the money, I really want such and such to work out, and it doesn't work out the way you want. But you keep going. You maybe don't succeed at that particular thing the way you wanted it to, you keep going, you look into something else, and the thing that you get, that new person that you meet, that new person you date, is just the perfect person for you. That next business that you try, or that next strategy within that business you try, is the one that actually works out. And you come to realize, if you'll pay attention to it, that if you got what you wanted when you wanted it with no extra effort and it just happened, most likely the things that are most meaningful in your life and the things that you most wanted, you wouldn't have. If that girl dated me in high school and maybe we fell in love or something, I wouldn't have my wife, who's the most amazing person in the world. If the first business I tried to the highest level worked out, I wouldn't have written my first book. I wouldn't be running my online business that I absolutely love. I wouldn't have met all the people that are in that business. Do you follow me? If you believe things are going to work out the way they're supposed to, as long as you give effort, you keep learning from people, you reassess on a regular basis where you're at and make investments with your time, energy, and money into the thing that, based on where you're at right now, is going to make the difference for you, success is guaranteed. And again, you could come up with some examples and say, Eric, well, that's not true. What about Tim Tebow? He wanted to be a professional quarterback and wanted to have a long pro career. Florida Gators quarterback, tried on a couple teams and didn't make it in the NFL. Well, what's his difference, his definition of success? I'm sure he would have loved to be an NFL quarterback, but he's a very spiritual guy, and I think he believes that as long as he's making an impact on people, that he's living his life's purpose. And now he's an analyst and does, college football, and that's a passion of his. He's one of the best of all time, and now he gets to do that. And maybe he's disappointed he didn't become the NFL, but he's doing something he's really good at, that people care about, that people listen to him about. And if you can define success in a way that's not attached to one way of doing something, and it's more about what do I get in terms of impact, what do I get in terms of a feeling, success is absolutely guaranteed if you don't quit. So I hope that helps you. In the past, I've always thought, attachment to the specific outcome in a specific way, and not realizing that if I got that when I wanted it, when I was in those situations, I wouldn't have the life I have now. And I love the life I have now. And yeah, there's still some things I haven't achieved that I'd love to achieve, but I know as I move forward and take action, if things are going to work out the way they're supposed to, if something goes wrong, maybe there's something else I'm supposed to be doing, maybe there's a different strategy, maybe there's someone else that'll come into my life that'll make it happen. And when you have that belief, you won't take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You won't not even take steps forward, but you won't just sit on the sidelines. You won't, if you're talking about relationships, you won't go out and not talk to anybody. If you're talking about your business, you won't just watch videos like this and take no action. So I hope that helps for you. Go out there, live the movie, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.